What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to another bot-related video. So usually I do these once a month, but this month it's a special one because there's so many bots to cover that there's going to be 2 this month. So I hope you guys enjoy. Today we're going to be covering multiple different bot farms, bringing awareness to the problem so that these bots can get banned. Alright, so the first bot farm of the day, here we have the Cooking Guild bot farm. This guy looks like he's one-tick cooking. Not all of them do this. Most of them actually just cook the normal way, like me and you do. But some of them are a little more advanced. 121 cooking is the virtual level, 117 million cooking XP is the actual number. And in the very next world, same story with this next chef here. It looks like the Peaceful Hand Egg is kind of the signature of the bot. This one is 118 cooking. Surprisingly, not all of them just have cooking XP. 93 mil from that one, but if we go ahead in the next world and we look up this one, combat level 61, 100 crafting, 102 fletching, 96 magic, 99 mining, and 200 mil cooking. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. No Sleep, that's not a bot, that's my alt. Well, sue me. But first off, I'm going to prove that this is a bot real quick because I called out their name, I traded them multiple times, I dropped 50,000 coins on the ground. Now, if you're still not convinced, don't worry, I don't blame you, but I do have some pretty good evidence in a little bit here, so stay tuned for that. Either way, we're just going down the world list here, guys. 302 to 309, this is every single world you have this going on. You know, when you think of bots, you don't really think of cooking. At least I certainly don't. Some of them also have a kind of fashionscape going for them. This guy was 107 magic, 108 fletching. The reason I'm so comfortable assuming this is a bot is just because you see this pattern with so many of these guys. High fletching, high magic, low combat based melees, and then, I mean, surprisingly, like 200 mil cooking. You know, I didn't expect them to go for cooking next. And not all of them are the same. I don't think they're built to be the exact same. For example, 98 magic there, but 35 fletching. And then this one, just a cooker, you know, a simple chef. And I don't know if they're all the same bot farm, but the point is they're all cooking, and the real question is, what are they cooking? Well, I looked into that, and the most profitable thing to cook as of June 25th is raw sharks. So what am I going to go ahead and do after showing you guys this bot farm? I'm going to cook raw sharks for 1 hour and see how much profit they're making. But unfortunately, this is a pretty big problem. I went from world 302 to 375, and in almost every single world, there were a minimum of 1 and most times 2 cooking bots. All right, let's see what all the excitement is about. Here we are cooking our raw sharks. I imagine I can cook 1,400 in a solid hour, so I purchased that many. And if you guys will notice, to the left of me, there's a broken cooking bot staring at the wall. That bot is 200 mil cooking. So yeah, they do break if the door gets jammed, you know, just unlucky for them. But that's just more proof that these are most likely bots. And if not, then I'm sorry, but I'm imagining there's more bots here than real players. And you know, I think if it smells like a bot, it looks like a bot, it's probably a bot. All right, our sharks are selling 783. I actually thought I was going to make more from this, but surprisingly, the profit came out to be 170,000 coins. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but I guess if you do that on 50 accounts, it adds up. All right, I wanted to disguise myself so I wouldn't spook the bots, but as you can see here, very basic Kurask bot farm, all 70 Slayer. It looks like this is a newer bot farm, or maybe the XP per hour here is just not that great, so they level slowly. All dragons set up with the combat bracelet and the amulet of glory. Most of them, it looks like they focus on strength, prioritize that and attack over defense. You can find a lot of bots in this location. Unfortunately, it's one of those situations where it's most worlds, always 1 to 2 full dragon bots. And then, of course, you have to deal with the normal players, too. Oh my god, I just said deal with the normal player. I didn't mean it like that. But, you know, there's a lot of people here when you combine the bots and the normal players. You have to deal with the bots, not the normal players. And it looks like the bots even infiltrated this nice-looking account who goes by the name of Fluber. We gotta smite him down. I mean, he's the highest level of the bot farm that I've seen so far. And one thing that disappointed me was there was always someone safe spotting in every world I went to, and I just assumed that was a real player. But as I walked down the stairs and right-clicked it, Caged Parrot is apparently a bot. 70 Slayer, 106 range. It just never ends. So there is a melee bot farm here as well as a range one, safe spotting one. They all have the same gear, very similar stats. I would put this on the newer side of bot farm rather than this one being around a while. So at least there's that. But this one probably generates a decent amount of GP, and considering they get 70 Slayer, they probably tend on sticking around for quite a while to make sure they make back all that money versus all that time spent. So let's go ahead and do 1 hour of this. Let's replicate the same exact horrible gear that they wear. And I would like to think the the inventory was pretty close to what theirs would look like too, so let's see how much I make in 1 hour of killing Kurask. Again, not promoting this at all, just trying to understand how much money they make an hour, and I gotta be honest with you guys, in 2024, these are pretty low hourly rates from the cooking to now the Kurask. Let's see what we ended up with. Overall loot, after only obtaining 1 rune longsword in that hour, 490k. So although cooking sharks and killing Kurasks aren't the most profitable thing, it appears those bots are not getting banned quick enough to where, even though they're not making that much money, compared to these brutal black dragon bots, they are lasting a lot longer. I decided to hop most worlds in RuneScape at the brutal black dragons because I haven't seen anyone cover these in a long time, and I myself haven't been here in a long time. After hopping most worlds, I only found about 10 bots total that were just 102 combat up to 104, all 77 slayer, all the same exact gear. So it looks like this is not a heavily populated bot farm, probably because the ban rate is much higher, which is good. We got to start seeing that at the Kurasks and the Cooking Guild. Well, I decided to check out flesh crawlers in most worlds, and I didn't see a single bot, so that is great. But now we move on to a huge bot farm, the Red Chinchompa bot farm at Fell Dip Hills. Outfits may vary for this specific location, but the Hunter XP is always high. One specific bot farm that I found unique was the Bald Eagle bot farm. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, these bots are all wearing a fake beak and an eagle's cape. So I felt like complimenting them, even though I know I'm not going to get a response. But yeah, take a look at these guys. All sorts of combat level variety, username variety, but they're all eagles. Bald eagles, to be more specific. Some eagles in training, early eagles, if you want to call them that, the younglings, if you will. But there's also some eagles that have been around for quite a while. But 114 hunter, I mean, the levels here are crazy. Some of them, strangely enough, the lower level bots, anytime I would walk around, they would just stop. And as soon as I would walk out of range on the minimap, they would continue hunting. So it looks like I scared some of these eagles, the younger ones, but the elder eagles, the ones that have been here for a while with a ton of XP, they're fearless. Yeah, they got the beak out, they're ready to peck, and I didn't want to mess with this bot farm, but I did want to show you guys it because we got to get these eagles out of here. I'm all for saving endangered species, but this is not an endangered, this is a bot farm, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if it looks like an eagle, it's probably a bot. Well, to really be able to analyze the data here, I'm going to need to get the full experience. So I got all eagled up, and we have the fake beak, we have the eagle's cape, and I myself wanted to be a golden eagle, so we have the gilded as well. Go ahead and start that 1 hour timer and start setting up these traps. So, I don't really like hunting red chinchompas. I'm more of a black chinchompa kind of guy, but nevertheless, this is actually pretty laid back method. 5 traps for me since I'm a 99 hunter, just like most of these bots are. So this should be a pretty good example of what they're getting an hour here, and seeing as they last so long, we have to understand how much money they're really bringing in, driving down the price of the red chinchompa for all of us. But after a full hour was completed, I managed to gather 473 red chinchompas. Total price, 764k. That is way too much money for an eagle to be making. More specifically, a botting eagle. So hopefully Jagex takes down that flock, if you know what I mean. Well, I checked out Guardians of the Rift, and there wasn't many bots to be seen there, so that's good news. But ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you today the biggest bot farm I've ever seen in this game, Blast Mine. Now, when I say that I hopped every single world minus PvP worlds and total level worlds, just know I mean it, because every single world had bots, and that's what kept me hopping. There wasn't a single world without one, and most of them honestly had 2 to 4, even sometimes 5 bots per world, all of them super high mining levels. We're talking like a minimum of 95, and most of the time well over 100. Some of them had the mining bet, but all of them are making insane GP per hour here. Again, I've never done this before, so after I did 1 hour of it, I really understood what this blast mine was all about, and it's a shame to see it heavily botted like this, because I actually really enjoy doing this. This was one of my new favorite methods of doing mining now, so to see that this is what it's come to after they just updated it to make it easier for players, all it really did was make it easier for bots, in my opinion. Now, this account I just looked up, I'm unsure because it's 100 magic, 115 mining, it's a little higher in combat level. Same with this guy, 98 magic, 92 RC. I just don't know about those specific accounts, but as it goes for just the lower levels, the ones that only do mining, yeah, I would bet my life on all of them being bots. And honestly, I would think that those level 70s wearing elegant with all sorts of other 99s are most likely also bots. It really just comes down to common sense and patterns, and once you see enough, it kind of forms your opinion really quickly. And again, I could be wrong. Some of these accounts could be real players, but I definitely don't think I'm wrong when I say a majority of them are not. So blast mine needs to be looked at. This is just too many. It is every single world, and they're not just bringing in a little bit of ore, little bit of gold. They're bringing in a ton of money. Out of everything I've covered in this video so far, at 99 mining, just using a basic dragon pickaxe setup here and doing it somewhat efficiently, which you guys know me, I'm not the most efficient guy out there, but the amount of money that I made in 1 hour, I was very surprised. It was so good that I'm actually going to be doing a blast mining video soon on my channel because I was just astounded at the XP and the GP. So with that being said, we just finished up our hour. Let's put on our prospector and let's claim our rewards. See what these bots are getting. This is actually a really fun thing to do if you're wanting to get your mining up and you're down to try something new. That's all I can say. It took me like 5 minutes of being annoyed to get used to it and enjoy it. But either way, let's go ahead and put on that prospector, get that boost, and collect our earnings from 1 hour. We got 80k XP if you were to round up 1,000. And if we're going to go ahead and look at the loot here, again, this is 99 mining, but most of these bots do have it, and overall loot comes out to be a close 900k. So in my opinion, these bots have brought in way too much GP since the mining XP that I saw on most of them was astronomically above 99. So with that being said, the last farm that I want to bring attention to in this video is the Amethyst mining bot farm. So obviously a lot of people come here in AFK, and I'm not saying everyone here is a bot, but you can pretty much easily spot the bots. They're just so basic with their rune pickaxe and motherlode mine outfit, skills necklace. Again, not everyone's a bot here, but a majority of them are. And ever since the Amethyst update about a month ago, where it's on a timer now, the respawn of Amethyst, so that people really can't crash you, it seems ever since then there's just a lot more Amethyst bots in pretty much every single world. I mean, don't forget there is a diary location just to the west of here where you can mine Amethyst if you have diaries completed, and that area is always packed as well in most worlds. So to see this area as well filled with a few normal players, a couple Ironmen here and there, a couple unique pure accounts, and then a ton of bots on the side of that, like for every one player there's like 3 to 4 bots. Just not the best sight to see when you're mining Amethyst, just relaxing. Low effort obviously, but effort doesn't really matter when you're a bot, so I don't think clicking patterns really matter here. I guess they're just not getting reported enough, and you know, since they can bring in 900k an hour at blast mine, they won't get anywhere near that with Amethyst, but it still does add up over time. Amethyst is very useful in this game, and it'll always have a decent price on it. I believe it went from like 3.5 to 5k, and now it's back down to 3.5k. So this used to be much better GP per hour, but I'm imagining that all the bots here most likely lowered the price of Amethyst. But overall, in the 1 hour that I spent mining it, I managed to make 410k, so that's not bad at all. Hopefully this area gets looked at soon. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. You guys are actually responsible for the creation of it. I took all of your comments from the last few bot videos that I've done, and these are the locations that I got from them. So all of you guys are responsible for this one. Thank you for the ideas. These bots are multiplying, and even though some of them aren't making that much money per hour, if you have 100 accounts, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you can make a ton of GP. So I hope this video helps and brings awareness and attention to these areas. Let's ban these bots. Let's take down that flock of seagulls. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Big thank you to the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, and LettuceAttak. Till next time, Mr. No Sleep out.